Welcome to the Nerdthusiast Gaming Podcast, where today we are discussing the death of E3, Guitar Hero versus Rock Band, our top 10 PS1 games as far as pricing is concerned, what's relevant today, right now, at this point in time, and we're going to wrap things up with a pulse check. We're going to take a snapshot look at some retro video game prices. With me, as always, is my good friend Wes. Wes, how you doing, brother?
What's up, buddy? Go Knicks!
If you guys are, if you want to support us on Patreon, you can stick around for that at the end. We're going to have a segment exclusive to you guys where we're going to talk all about sports. Wes and I are on opposite ends of the sports spectrum as far as like
Everything.
he generally loves the team that I hate the most, like just generally speaking. Loves the Knicks. I'm a Sixers fan. They sweep us, unfortunately, in the playoffs there. We can forget about that for next year. But yeah, your Knicks are doing very good. I'm happy for Wes. Not happy the Knicks are doing good. I'm happy for Wes. So we'll leave that there.
Okay.
If you guys do support us over on Patreon, again, it's just $1 a month if you want to support us there. It's as little as that. You can go up more than that if you'd like. But you get exclusive content like the conversation we're going to have about sports, just general sports, not sports video games or anything like that. If you want to support us in the free feeds, you can do that too. Support us by just going to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and giving us a 5-star review. Really helps us out tremendously, and we would truly, truly appreciate it. If you're in the YouTube world, please like, subscribe, share, all that wonderful stuff would definitely help us out today. Thank you so much for your support. All right, Wes, we're going to start off with the first topic, the death of E3, right? So E3 is dead and gone. Now we have these digital game reveals that they took over. Start me out. What was E3 to you?
Man, E3 was something special. So E3 was a giant convention with all the vendors and game developers, and that's where they showcased all the new stuff that was coming out that they were working on. You had game reveals, you had they were giving away swag, and for the longest time you had to work in the industry to be able to go.
Yeah, until the later years, then they started letting the people in.
Yeah, because as a manager for EB, I was allowed to go. So
Do you remember the first time that you went?
Yes.
What year was it? Do you remember that?
The first time I went was in 98.
98.
98. 97 or 98. Yes.
That would have been N64, PS1.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-Dreamcast, Wes.
Dreamcast, because I remember they showed us Dreamcast for the first time.
That was your first E3? They revealed Dreamcast was there? That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yep, that was my first E3. Because like I said, working for EB, I always heard about E3. I always wanted to go. And someone said, hey, you can go because you work in the industry. They give you your pass. You just have to provide your way out there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And sure enough, it did. And ever since then, I'd go every year.
When's the first time you missed a year? Can you remember that?
I think the first time I didn't go was in 2005 was the first year I didn't go.
Okay, so you went for quite a few years in a row.
Yeah.
You were still working at EB at that time, so like you must have had something happen in your life that like stopped you from going there. I'm assuming.
Yeah. I don't know why I didn't go, but I think it was like 2005, 2006, the latest was when I didn't go. But it was all the swag, the exclusive swag you would get. It was being hands on with all the games that are coming out that everybody's working on. I remember our Sony rep, Craig, he was there. And when they unveiled God of War for the first time, that was, I had a bunch of playtime on that. It was so good.
I remember, speaking of that for just a second to get off subject, there was a demo. They sent like demo discs to the store that we had like on the front counter. People could just take them and check out the game. I
Hmm.
remember taking that home and I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe how good this game is. And then, like, my roommates at the time would come over, like, they were like, what the hell is, I was like, dude, this, everybody was like infatuated with that demo.
Yeah, yeah. Man, it was just thinking about E3, like a lot of the things that stood out. Seeing Halo 2 for the first
Mm,
time was amazing. Seeing Xbox itself for the first time. I remember, what was that game? I think it was Bloodwake, the boat game, and
yeah,
just
Bloodwake.
seeing the water physics,
Hmm.
super impressive, super impressive. But at the time, Xbox didn't fully had me sold yet. But they were close. They were close. They didn't show me Dead or Alive. They showed Bloodwake. They showed, I think, Azaric. They showed Halo, of course. Um,
Azaric. I haven't thought about that game.
mhm.
I don't even know the last time that game even came into my brain. Holy cow.
Yeah, yeah. I know the first Halo was very PC kind of
Mm.
looking, so it was kind of like, well, all right, we'll see, whatever.
Well, Bungie started making like Mac games and PC games
Mhm.
before they ever developed console games.
Yeah, so um, I remember seeing just other things like Ooh La La walking around promoting Space Channel 5 for Dreamcast. It was good times, man. Good times.
That's awesome. Yeah, my experience was different. I only went once, and if I remember correctly, it was 2011, I think.
Mhm.
And I was excited to go, and I had to drive to LA. This is when I lived in California. I was working for GameStop at that time, and I was able to get passes too. So, um, my district manager ended up having some extra passes and like was seeing who wanted to go. I was like, oh yeah, dude, I'll go, because it was like it was like in a couple days. I was like, I'll do it, whatever, let's go. Uh, so I was excited to go check out some games, and I got there, and
Mhm.
the first place I went was there was whatever the new Assassin's Creed game was for that time. They were showing off multiplayer, and I think if I'm remembering correctly, it was like the first time Assassin's Creed had a multiplayer, and I would loved
Mhm.
Assassin's Creed. It might have been like Brotherhood or something, and I was like, hell yeah, can't wait. Stood in line, about half an hour, 45 minutes passed. The line, I'm not even joking, I did not move up one spot in that line for 30 to 45 minutes. I don't know how that's possible. I don't know if they would just let people keep playing. I don't know if they were like just letting media in and like it wasn't going anywhere. And that was the beginning of the end of E3 for me. I was like, I'm not. At that point in time in
Mhm.
my life, I was starting to value time over like just about everything else, like especially nowadays.
Right.
And I was like, I can't understand why I would stand in line. It's already been 30 to 45 minutes and I haven't moved an inch. How long is it going to take for me to play Assassin's Creed? And then how many games am I going to get to play by the end of the day? Two? Three?
Yeah, that was one of my pet peeves going to E3. It was people playing the games had no concept of other people's time. It's
But
like,
somebody should be regulating that, man. The people in charge should be
mhm,
like, all right, you're done. Get off. Like, next.
right, right. It wasn't. It was, so you would have somebody playing and he would be on there forever. And then it's like, there'd be other people waiting to play. Some people, I remember one year, like some people got a little upset because this one guy was playing and he just did not want to get off. Um, but that's one of my pet peeves, man. Come on. And then I'm assuming, like, at some point, like you said earlier, they started to open it up to the public.
Mm-hmm.
And it was already crowded just for industry people. But
Yeah.
once they let the public go, it just got insane. I think I went the first year they let the public go, and I never went after that. It was crazy. It was way too many people.
Yeah, I don't remember if in 2011 we had the public going there or not. I want to say no, but I could be wrong about that. But I don't know. I did play some. My after that, I pivoted my what my plans were for the day, and I was like, I am only going to go to the smallest games, like where
Hmm.
I'm not waiting that long. And I did. I played like a few other games, like, but then I quickly left. I know you guys don't know me that well, but I friggin' hate LA. Like, I don't mind being in LA if I'm there, but
Hmm.
getting to LA and leaving LA is like it's hell on earth. It literally is hell on earth. So I was like, I'm not staying here all day. I'm not getting stuck in rush hour traffic. Not for this. It's not. It's none of this is worth anything. So I played a few games. I went there for a few hours. I ate some food, and I
Hmm.
probably left like 2 or 3 o'clock to avoid the onslaught of traffic that was going to happen. Between like 4 and 5 p.m.
Wow. Oh
So I
man,
didn't.
I
Go
was
ahead.
there. I was there from the time the doors opened to the time the show floor closed. I did not leave. But I remember one year, well, because I was in LA, so I was like, I was going to make the most of it. But I remember the one year it was in Atlanta, and
Mm,
and I wound
I
up
remember that.
driving to Atlanta.
That's a drive, Wes. That's a bit of a drive, man.
I just went for the weekend. We left. It was me and it was two of my employees at EB. They were part timers and they really wanted to go, and so we jumped in his car. He's like, "I'll drive." Jumped in his car and off we went. Stayed for the weekend and drove on back.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I wish I had a better experience, but I also wasn't spending the night there. Like I had to get back that night. That
Okay.
you had a hotel to go back to. Like if I had a hotel to go back to, be the same thing. You go out for
Mm-hmm.
drinks later, whatever. Like you wake up whenever, you go back the next day. Like
Mm-hmm.
I could understand that being totally different. I probably would have had a better time if that was the situation. But
Yeah, and
you know,
and it was also, I guess the experience would have been better if you were with people because I would always go with people. I went with our friend Rob Jablonski, Mester. So I mean, I always went with with some other friends, so I
yeah, at
wasn't
least when you're
alone by
waiting in line, you
myself.
got people to talk to and stuff to do. I mean, I
Right.
was just standing there like this is. I don't even know if I had a smartphone then. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I have no idea. I don't remember. Probably did by then, but
I didn't. Yeah, smartphones weren't a thing then. So, but yeah, man, that's E3. I miss it. I miss the in person uh, experience. And we keep saying we work for EB. That EB had to do. They did something similar for the managers because they had their
mm,
managers convention, the
yes, they
managers
did.
conference, where the developers would come and they would show us the stuff that's coming out, and then we kind of had our own private E3.
Yeah, it was like a mini show.
Yeah, a lot of fun. They would sponsor dinners. I remember they Ubisoft sponsored dinner, and they showed us Splinter Cell for the first time.
Yeah,
That was insane, insane.
I wasn't there for that one, but I mean, I was there for many EB slash.
Hmm.
I guess no, I would have been GameStop by the time I was a manager. It was like GameStop at that time. But yeah, they would send you to dinner and stuff, and like, man, you felt so good. Then they would send you to these big arenas and like hype you up for sales, right? Because it was a sales
Yeah.
organization, and like, I never seen anything like it. Like that,
Mhm.
it's such an old school thing. Can you imagine anyone doing that today? Like, nobody's doing anything like that
No.
today. But you'd be in this big room with like every manager in the country would be in one room together, and they would be hyping you up to sell. And then like you go to these, individual rooms to learn about the games that are coming out.
Hmm. Yep.
And most of it was like an educational piece, but I think it was like the last day or like close to the last day. They would have like a mini show, and you'd go and you get to play all sorts of games. And the
Hmm.
lines were never crazy. Like there was like a couple thousand people, something like that, 3,000 people. Like nothing like E3, but like pretty big. And they were hyping you up to sell, and like, dude, those events were awesome, awesome.
They were, and we would get free stuff. We would get games. We would get systems.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
man, I
That
I
that Spider-Man system right there, I didn't buy that. I don't give a crap about Marvel. That was free. That didn't cost me anything. Free 99. That's what that cost me.
oh man, um, Microsoft when the 360 launched, they gave all the managers that were present Xbox 360 with 5 games. There are 5 first party titles.
Well, that's good because they knew in 6 months you were going to need to buy another one when that shit red ringed.
You know what?
Like, we'll just get them hooked, and they're going to have to buy another system soon.
My original one did not red ring for a couple years.
I don't know how, man. Wes, I swear to God, I went through like 4 or 5 of those things. Like literally, like not exaggerating, not exaggerating. The last one
Oh
I had
man.
was repaired. Like at one point, they were just shipping new ones. Like I think in the
Hmm.
early days, they were just like just giving you new ones. But the last one I have
Hmm.
was the original model, like one of the last original models they made before they like they made the slim version,
Right.
and they fixed that one. And that one, as far as I know, I haven't used it in a while, but that thing worked great on that. Whatever they did to that last fix, like actually fixed the system.
Was that the black one?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think it was one of like the ones they labeled as like elite, like one of the elites, like the last elites that
Yeah,
they
something
made.
like that. Yeah, that was a good system. Yeah, my 360 lasted. My original lasted for a couple years before it red ringed. But yeah, that again, that's stuff you would get. Nintendo would give out stuff, uh, uh, and then all the different game developers would give us tons of games.
Yeah, they also would hire like industry people or like
Hmm.
sometimes celebrities. Like the biggest celebrity I ever seen was uh, Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill came out on stage
Hmm.
once for his role in Batman, Arkham City. I think it was
Hmm.
Arkham City at that time. So that was cool. I mean, we didn't get to really like see him or talk to him, but Activision or whoever that was brought him out on stage. Uh, and then they would bring like people from the industry too, which was really cool. They'll bring like
Hmm.
voice actors and stuff like that. That's how I met Troy Baker. I met a few other people that way.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice. Yeah, I remember Peter Moore came out. Man, I miss Peter Moore when he
I
was
mean, who
launching the
doesn't?
Dreamcast. It was a beautiful thing.
I mean, the Dreamcast, even his time during Xbox, like,
Dude,
dude,
Xbox, yeah.
I wish Xbox brought him back somehow, man. Like oh my god, that's what they need. They needed Peter Moore in the building.
Peter, if you're listening, please come back. Whatever you're doing, stop and come back into the game industry, please.
For the love of God, please. Even Sony can use his help at this point because I don't know what the hell's happening over there.
Yeah, go figure. Yeah, man, it's good to reminisce, man. It was such a good time to be in the industry. Going to E3, going to the managers conventions, were great. But that's how they got the word out on upcoming titles.
Hmm.
Now everything is digital.
Yeah, it is. Just one last side before we move on. Those manager conferences were so good. Like I love
Hmm.
them so much that
Hmm.
for a period of time you could pay to go to those manager conference. Also, like it wasn't even that much money. It was like $30 for a ticket or something, and they would do a day just for like the public could go.
Oh
And I
wow,
did
okay.
that, and it was awesome. It was just as awesome. Like maybe not as awesome as being his manager because you guys get like a bunch of free stuff and stuff, but it was totally worth doing. 10,000 times better than my experience at E3.
Yeah, they did. They must have started that before I left. Well, after I left.
They did it for only a few years. There was like
Mhm.
2 or 3 years because now to your point, Wes, they do a digital conference. They don't send you anywhere. They don't do
Nope.
anything. What a bunch of crap! Like that was like such a. I can't express to you how good of a time that was. That entire week was awesome,
Hmm.
and they've taken that away and they're like, "Here's a digital event. Oh, we're gonna show you some digital clips." I mean, they still get like free games, but A, they're digital games, so how exciting is that? You get a code.
You get
And B,
codes.
it's
Yep.
like, you're just watching like you're watching friggin' trailers. You're not playing anything. You're not going anywhere. Totally different.
Completely different. Completely different. I talked to our friend Steve all the time, and he was saying that because he's still a manager at GameStop, like the year that they went digital, like virtual.
I was
He's like,
there for that year. That was the first year of COVID, by the way.
yeah, he was like, yeah. I said, you got a convention this year? He's like, no, it's going to be virtual. I'm like, really? And then it was like virtual every year after that.
Oh yeah, because they didn't have to spend any money. All the vendors were like, we don't have to do this. We can just send you guys like a video. Great. Here's our video. We don't have to pay for you guys to eat food. Great. We don't have to pay for you guys to stay in Las Vegas or like,
Mhm.
whatever, wherever they want. Man, the Vegas ones were the dopest. So dope.
Yeah, Vegas was fun. Vegas was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Anyway, we have digital content now, so we have for what replaced E3, like aside from the managers conference going digital, now we have digital showcases, right? We have PlayStation State of Play. Sometimes they might still do showcases, but they also may have just started calling them all State of Plays
Mhm.
at this point. I don't really know what the hell's happening over there. Nintendo's had Nintendo Directs forever. That hasn't changed. And Xbox has their yearly
Mhm.
showcase in June.
And then you
That's
have the summer game fest.
Summer Game Fest is also sort of it's the digital version of E3.
Yeah, it's more third party stuff than
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, and you know what? Nothing takes the place of in person experiences, but they're not bad.
They aren't bad, but I think like the enjoyment I get of watching a digital showcase
Mm-hmm.
is so much lower than when they were doing them, even if I was not present in a live audience environment.
Mm-hmm.
Like them like demoing the games for real where shit could get messed up
Yeah,
or like,
yeah,
the audience reaction, like it's totally different.
it is. It is.
And it sucks.
I mean, they are still doing those events are still in person. Like I know Summer Game Fest is still like in person.
But the
Um,
showcases from Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation are not. They're just
just
videos.
videos only.
Hmm.
You still have to be in the industry to be invited to go, and I think only journalists are allowed to go.
Yeah, for the most part.
So, but I kind of look forward to them because it still shows me what's coming out.
Sure. It's like we used to get fresh made pizza like from New York City, and now they're giving us like frozen pizza from your local supermarket. It's like it's pretty good, but it's not even close to as good as what we used to have.
Now we're eating Elio's pizza.
Yeah. Yo, leave a comment if you know what the hell Elio's is, because you probably are over the age of 35, like almost definitely.
Exactly. Uh, so
Yeah.
by the time you guys see this video, the showcases have all passed. Uh, did you watch them, Matt?
I did not watch Summer Games Fest because I started looking like I've never really liked them. Like whenever I look at what they offer, I'm like,
Mhm.
this is not really a show for me. And like
Mhm.
when it was over, I looked at the recap. I was like, I don't need to watch it. First of all, it's 3 friggin' hours, Wes. Like, can we make this an hour show? Like, can't you like I don't know. Jeff
There was a
Keighley
lot.
shows are always 3 friggin' hours.
There was a lot of games to show.
I'm so glad I just looked at what was there and I was like, good. I just saved myself 3 hours of time. Thank you. So I got that out of the way, and I was like, well, there was really almost next to nothing there for me. What about you? What did you think of Summer Games Fest?
I liked it. I was watching it and I was like, ooh, I want to pre-order this. I think I want to pre-order that. I think I want to pre-order this. The only one that did not impress me was Nintendo Direct.
Oh, I was just talking about Summer Game Fest, but we're talking about Nintendo Direct, correct?
I'm just any of them,
Oh, okay.
any of them. I enjoyed State of Play, Summer Game Fest. I enjoyed them all. The only one that I didn't kind of really dig was the Nintendo Direct. It was just kind of eh.
It was easily the worst one. Like, I mean, it's not even close.
Mhm.
Like I said, I really didn't enjoy what I didn't watch Summer Games Fest. To be clear, I looked at a list of what was there. I was like, none of this really excites me that much. I don't really care. When I looked at Nintendo's, I was like, I don't care about any of this, and I'm watching it. Like I'm seeing it, and I know that I don't care about any of it. And then they get to like their the second to the last game, the first big game in the entire show, because Star Fox was already revealed earlier,
Mhm.
was Kingdom Hearts 4, which was a big reveal because that everybody would expect that to be at Sony's thing, right? They would.
Correct. Yep.
So that was a big deal for Nintendo, and I understand that. But I couldn't give any crap less for Kingdom Hearts. I'm like, okay, was
I
that
was
the end
ex-
of the show?
I was excited for Kingdom Hearts.
All right, I get that, but it's not for me.
Okay.
And then they gave us My Heart, Wes. And you think I would just turn around and forget about all the things they did for the past 55 minutes? And we're like, here's Zelda Ocarina of Time. Forget all about it, Matt. And I can't.
Yeah.
Look, Ocarina of Time looks awesome. I am like 100. They could take all my money, Wes. They could be like, this game is $150. Like, here you effing go. I don't like this is my favorite Zelda game. And easily a top 5 game of all time for me. Easily. The showcase was ass. And you just put a cherry on the top of an ass, is all you essentially did. For me. Not to mention, I paid a bunch of money for a Switch 2,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm getting a remake of Star Fox on N64, a remake of Zelda on N64. Where are the damn games?
Yeah. I thought they would announce like Smash Bros. Something.
I feel like it's too early for Smash, but like all we got was a new Mario Kart and Donkey Kong, which was awesome. Awesome. Like my amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a year
But
since Donkey Kong came out.
we did get Metroid.
You're right. You're right. But in my mind, that was a Switch 1 game that they ported to Switch 2.
Okay.
Because it was so friggin' late. Which, it all right, fine. You're right. They gave us Metroid.
Okay.
You know what would have made me really happy? Because this should be conceivable. Mario is going to take a while. That team worked on Donkey Kong.
Mm-hmm.
There's not going to be a new Mario Galaxy game or whatever, Odyssey, whatever they're going to call the next Mario game. The 3D one is not going to be here for a while. 2D one came out a few years ago. I don't need a new 2D one. You brought up Metroid. Metroid Dread 2.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 2D game. What's
Yeah.
stopping them from making that again?
Yeah.
How do they not have that ready to go? That one, I think, sold okay. It sold pretty well. It's a 2D game. It's made by a third party. You're not even making it yourself. Where is Metroid Dread 2? That would have been way more exciting for me, personally, than a delayed 4 that was a Switch game. A Switch 1 game.
Okay. Okay. I can see your point.
Or Animal Crossing. 2020 was 6 years ago. How long does it take you to make Animal Crossing? 6 years? 6 years.
People love that game. It is not for me. My daughter loves it. It is not for me.
It is like my crack for video games. Like I will play the hell out of that game when it comes out, Wes. I'm just frustrated. So I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna let you talk some more. But yeah,
Nah, you're
you gave
good.
me
You're good.
Zelda. I love you for that. My
Mm-hmm.
N64, grateful, grateful. But there is no excuse to not have brand new Switch 2 games. Zero excuse at this point.
Agreed. Agreed. 100%. 100%. But that's Nintendo.
What do you
As a
think about?
whole,
Go ahead.
as a whole, I was gonna say, you know what? Wolverine looked great.
I was just gonna bring up PlayStation. Yeah, Wolverine did look exceptional, and it's a very linear game. They said it's not like an open world.
Yeah. Getting my remake of Code Veronica, new Resident Evil game coming next year. I was excited
Yes.
about that. Um, again, there was so much stuff, so much good stuff.
Yep. They showed off Onimusha again. Um, yeah.
I actually downloaded the demo and was playing that a little bit.
Oh, did you? Did you like it?
It's good. It's good.
Okay.
It's
God of
Onimusha.
War. They did 20 minutes of the new God of War, whatever it's called. It's not called God of War. I don't think it's called. But it's called God of War Lufa, or I don't know.
Yeah, because
Luffy.
it focuses on the wife.
Mm-hmm.
That looked
Mm-hmm.
good. I'll buy it.
I'll buy it too. I mean, I'd rather have
Kratos.
Kratos just be. I mean that, bro. How are you gonna take away the axe, man? You replace the axe with the blades of chaos with the axe, and like everybody was like, "Oh, stupid axe," and then you played with it and like, "Oh my god, this axe is incredible."
Mm-hmm.
Now what are you gonna get? How are you going to top that?
You get a sword.
Sounds boring. I want the friggin' axe and I want the blades of chaos, but
Ah.
mostly I want the axe. The axe felt so good to use.
After you got used to the axe, it was like, okay, this actually works.
Hmm.
This actually works. So,
I trust that team. They made two really good games.
hmm
I'm not on like cloud nine about it, but I'm like, yeah, I'll play another God of War, sure.
yeah.
I'd rather than make something brand new that I've never seen before. That would be ideal.
Oh, and then like Xbox Showcase, we're getting exclusives again.
Yeah, Gears of War E Day is going to be exclusive, and then what was the other one?
Clockwork Revolution.
That's right, Clockwork Revolution. Okay, what do you think about that?
I'm happy. You know what, Asha, you're doing your thing. Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
They're in a tight position, right? Because obviously Xbox sees money coming in from PlayStation sales. Like Forza sold like crazy over there. Um, However, Gears of War, when they did that Reloaded, didn't really
Mhm.
sell well on PlayStation. So that's probably why they made the decision as that's one of the games that's going to be exclusive to Xbox, which,
Yeah.
in my opinion, is it's the right decision to make anyway. Like, yes, keep that exclusive there. Halo Combat, it's not called Combat Evolved. What the hell is it called? Combat something?
Evolved.
No, Evolved is the original, isn't it?
I think it's called Combat. I think it's Combat Evolved.
I don't know, whatever the hell the Halo game is, that's coming out on PlayStation still. 'Cause it's probably too
Mhm.
late to pull that. But it's like,
Right.
man, if you could reverse anything, that you
That
should
should be it.
reverse.
That should have been the one.
Yeah,
That should have been the one. But not Gears look good. That Clockwork Revolution, like I said, it's exclusive. That looked really good. It's giving me Bioshock slash Dishonored vibes.
yeah. And
And
Exile's making that, and they made some tight stuff.
I love both of those. So um, Fable was another one. Look okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it looks good. It's just they somehow they keep showing trailers and they don't show enough like gameplay. It's just like they're talking great. And I know they showed some gameplay this time, but it's like, dude, that's a game I'm gonna have to play to like really see
Yeah.
how it goes. You know?
Okay. All right. So there you have it, guys. We went from E3 to YouTube.
Yeah. If you had to rank them, Wes, how would you rank them? Like one through four, like one being the best, four being the worst.
As far as the
Like,
showcases,
yeah, it's like how they went.
um, I would probably do Summer Game Fest #1,
Really?
only because they showed a lot of games.
Okay.
They showed a lot of games. Um, and then I would do. Then I would probably do State of Play as #2, only because they showed Wolverine and we got Code Veronica.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would do Xbox Showcase, and not that I disliked it. It was just it was really good, but I got really excited about Code Veronica, like super hyped about Code Veronica.
For sure.
Or was Code Veronica? No, it was Code Veronica Summer Game Fest.
No, it was PlayStation.
It was PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, but yeah, my last would be #4 would be Nintendo. Outside of Kingdom Hearts and Zelda, the only other game I was really excited for was Rhythm Heaven. But other than that, everything else I like. I could care less.
Well, that was the like not to beat a dead horse. That was the other problem with Nintendo. They showed a bunch of stuff that we've already seen.
Mm-hmm.
Almost the entire showcase was stuff we've already seen before. Yeah, for me, Zelda. The only thing I cared about. Nintendo was #4 for sure. Three would be Summer Games Fest. Two would be
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation, and I actually thought Xbox had the best showcase this year.
A lot of people are saying that. Like I said, Asha, keep doing your thing, girl. You're
Yep,
doing it.
that's right. All right, guys, it's time for our next segment. Guitar Hero versus Rock Band. Uh, Wes, where would you like to begin with this, sir?
Let's go Guitar Hero because that's what started it all, man.
Yeah, it did.
That's what started it all. Who would have thought playing guitar could be so much fun in a video game?
I was an early adopter on this, which you're well aware of. Like I had this day one, like
Mm-hmm.
I was stoked for this game the day that it came out. Before anybody gave a shit about it, I was one of
Yeah,
the first people there.
yeah. Again, we were talking about our managers conference, and that they showed us um, Guitar Hero, and I was like, what is this?" He's like, "Here, come give it a shot." I'm like, "Okay, okay. It's kind of cool." And then the more you played it, it was like, "Okay, this is cool." And I remember coming back to the store and I was like, "Oh my god, you guys got to see this game Guitar Hero that's coming out."
Yeah, man. I watched a bunch of previews about it. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
dude, this sounds like right
Mm-hmm.
up my alley. I cannot wait. And then
Mm-hmm.
it really did live up to the expectations. The only downfall I would say would be because they didn't have a ton of money at that time.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the music was like covers. They weren't like original tracks.
Yeah, I don't think they went to actual songs until the second one.
I think they might have had like a handful, but I mean, when I say handful, like literally like five or less on the entire first game. Like they were almost all covers.
Oh, on the first game, yeah, without a doubt,
Yeah.
without a doubt. And then we got Guitar Hero 2,
Hmm. Which had a lot more real tracks on it.
correct, and then they really blew up because then they introduced Guitar Hero 3 with Slash
Hmm.
prominently displayed on the cover.
Yeah, that was like a heavier an album too, and or not
Mm-hmm.
album, I guess. Track they had heavier tracks on that
Mm-hmm.
on that game, and I think in most people's minds that is like the definitive Guitar Hero game.
3
Yeah,
World Tour, yeah, called
World
World
Tour
Tour.
was after three. That would have technically been four, but they didn't
4,
number it.
okay. Oh yeah, Guitar Hero 3 was was it Heroes of Rock? I think it was
Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock.
Legends of Rock. Okay,
Yep.
that was probably my favorite.
That was when I started going away from Guitar Hero because Rock Band came out and Harmonix developed Guitar Hero first. So they basically made all the mainline Guitar Hero entries, all the way up through one of the spin-offs, which was Guitar Hero Encore Rock the 80s. That was the very last one that Harmonix did.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, for Rock Band 3, that's when Neversoft took over. And then Harmonix did their own version called Rock Band. And once Rock Band came out, they owned me from there. I was like, this is next level because they introduced the drums, which
Yeah,
I like playing the guitar, but I love playing the drums, man. That's like probably my favorite thing for sure.
Rock Band. It was good. It was good. They did introduce like the whole band setup with the mic, the drums, the guitar, and then because Guitar Hero didn't adapt the whole band setup until later on.
Yeah, I think that was World Tour, which would have been after
Mm-hmm.
three.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think they did Guitar Hero 4, but it was like I think it was 3 World Tour and then 4.
Right, but then they also did Band Hero,
Oh, Jesus
which
Christ. Yeah.
but
God, what a lame really. It was like all pop music, man.
I really liked Guitar Hero's guitars. I really did. I love the guitars.
Well, Red Octane made those guitars, and Red
Mm.
Octane happens to be making a new Guitar Hero game that is not called Guitar Hero. That's also going to have drums and other instruments coming out in 2026. I think at the end
Oh,
of this
was
year.
it Stage Tour something?
I don't remember. I'll try to, Mike, try to put that up for everybody if you can get like a clip or like a picture. Um, Stage Tour sounds correct.
Stage Tour. That's exactly what it is.
There you go. So yeah,
Stage Tour.
Red Octane is developing this. Who made the original instruments? Who are making the instruments for this game? And I have high expectations for this. It's something I want to buy, but my problem is space. I still have my Rock Band 2 instruments. They all still work. They're here. I did not throw
Mm-hmm.
them away. I did not give them away. If those instruments are not compatible, I'm going to be in a conundrum. I cannot bring another drum set, guitar, and like instruments into this house. My wife will stab me in the neck and I'll be dead.
Yeah, I still have my original Rock Band set. It's all boxed up, but I still have that, and I still have my Band Hero set because that was the one that came with all the drums and everything. So I have both sets, but I still have all my guitars from Guitar Hero because there were different ones. You had the original one, and then you had the second Guitar Hero 2 had a different guitar,
Mm-hmm.
and then 3 had a different guitar. Like they designed different guitars based on the game.
Oh yeah, the Rock Band guitar is pretty much butt. The Guitar Hero guitar is 1,000 times better than the Rock Band guitar. It's really the drums that I care about. The drums are perfect. They even released cymbals later on, so I have the cymbals
They
on my drum.
did, yes, yes, they did, yes, they
Yeah.
did. You know what? The funny thing is, those guitars are so expensive now.
Yeah, there was a while where you could just walk into a Goodwill and you
Mm-hmm.
could probably buy like 5 of them for $1.
Mm-hmm.
And now the prices have gone back up. I just went to SoCal Gaming Expo last week, and there was a few vendors that had them prominently displayed. Like if they had complete in box guitars, they were like in the front of the tables. Like, look, Guitar Hero One complete in box. Many of them had them hanging up. If it was just like solo guitars, and I've watched people buy them. So
Oh yeah.
there's an interest.
Oh, without a doubt. When my store Level Up was open, we at one point we had tons of guitars.
Yeah, nobody wanted them, and then
Nobody wanted them.
all of a sudden, everybody woke up.
Yep. Yep. I don't know if it was COVID. I don't know what it was, but since then, it was like a resurgence of Guitar Hero, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody was looking for guitars, and it just drove the price up because now, yeah, guitars now are pretty pricey.
Well, there's nothing like it. I mean, you can't really replicate that in your home. I mean, you can go to if you go to like a bigger arcade, they have arcade machines that have guitars sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
but you really not, it's hard to replicate in your house if you don't have that equipment.
Yeah,
Using the controller isn't the same. You want that
it's
guitar.
no, you definitely want the guitar just to get the authentic feel, bro. I dug mine out and I was playing it not too long ago. I suck. I used to be really good. I suck now.
It happens, man. It ebbs and flows, and I totally understand that. Um, what do you think was the best Guitar Hero or Rock Band game? What is your opinion on that? Do you have an opinion on that?
Mm.
It sounds like you're leaning Guitar Hero already. Like it does sounds like you weren't too interested in Rock Band. So
And you
which
know what?
Guitar Hero game do you?
I really like 3. I really like 3. But then they also had spin-offs because they did Aerosmith,
Mm-hmm.
they did Van
Metallica.
Metallica, they did Van Halen.
Mm-hmm. Rock Band
Um,
did ones too. They had the Beatles. They had Green Day. A few others.
yes, they did have the Beatles, and you had Paul McCartney's guitar. Like you had the special guitar for that.
Dude, if we're gonna talk about pricing later. If you want the most expensive Guitar Hero one, it's the Beatles bundle because those
Mm-hmm.
instruments were like, I guess, I think at that time Rock Band was sort of like on the decline.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they didn't make a lot of them, and they also didn't sell a lot of them. So like that bundle in particular is, and plus it's the Beatles, is like very expensive.
Guitar Hero got so popular, it spun off into DJ Hero.
I have at least one or two DJ Heroes, but I've never played them. I got that stuff late when it was like, I think I have two DJ boards. I didn't pay
Mm-hmm.
anything for them. They were like, it was the point where people were like, I worked at GameStop and they're like, we don't take these anymore. I'm sorry. They're like, you can have it, and they just they just like left it and walked out of the store. So that's how I acquired my turntables.
I liked it. I thought it was fun. I bought the original one that just came with one turntable, but then they released the 2 turntable pack,
Mm-hmm.
so I had that for 360. But yeah, so going back to Guitar Hero Rock Band, who do you think had the better soundtracks?
It's hard for me to say. I went through and I looked through some of them. I'm going to give you a cop out answer. I think the best year for these games was 2007. That was when Rock Band 1 came out and Guitar Hero 3 came out. I think that was the best year for music games, and I think it started to slightly decline after that.
Okay.
Rock Band 2 was still super popular. Guitar Hero World Tour was still super popular. But I think that was like peak for music games.
Hmm.
I think that Guitar Hero 3, as I mentioned earlier, had like a much heavier soundtrack if you're into heavy music. And Rock Band had a more like very diverse soundtrack with all different genres and all different stuff. And I tended to lean towards that anyways. Like I do love heavy music. I absolutely do. But having that variety is more appealing to me than just heavy music.
I really loved the fact that Rock Band let you buy music packs.
Oh my god, dude, I had so much stuff. So
That
much
was
stuff.
awesome. That was so much. That was awesome. That was a good idea. Just to continue adding songs to your existing game.
Yeah. I spent tons of money on that, man. Rock Band 4 was the last Rock Band that came out. That was on Xbox One. I
Hmm.
spent hundreds of dollars on that game. Hundreds of dollars downloading music and like, buying the initial game and stuff like that.
Oh, was that when they brought back Rock Band and Guitar Hero? Because they had Guitar Hero
Yes.
Live.
Yeah, it was that year. Guitar Hero Live came out and bombed. Guitar Hero or Rock Band did okay. Um, but it was like if you the one that sold the instruments that was expensive didn't do great. But there was a
Hmm.
version that I have. If you had the old instruments, you can actually use the old instruments. It came with an adapter,
Hmm.
so I used those instruments and used that adapter, and it worked totally fine.
I didn't like the new ones. It didn't feel the same.
I didn't play Guitar Hero. I did play Rock Band, and it was great. It felt just like Rock Band.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, what do you guys think? Are you guys going to pick up the new stage hero that's coming out from Red Octane? Red Octane. Drop a comment. Let us know.
So, which is gonna be?
Hmm?
What are you picking? Guitar Hero or Rock Band?
Oh yeah, that's a good. That's the point. That was the point of this. Rock Band easily. Rock Band.
Really? Okay. I'm. You said I'm a Guitar Hero person.
Look. It's Rock Band till I die, bro. Like Harmonix made it. They created it. Other people can sit there all day over
Mhm.
at Neversoft, or they don't even have Neversoft. Activision killed them too. So who's ever making Guitar Hero, great, good on you. I'll be where Harmonix is. But Red Octane's making it now, and I don't know that Harmonix is involved. Actually, no, they're not because Epic bought Harmonix, and
Oh,
Harmonix is now making games inside of Fortnite.
jeez. Well, did you see Limited Run is putting out that guitar? Was it Limited
Oh,
Run? Yes.
like the more like a professional version, but it's like
Yes.
yeah, yeah. That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna buy it. It's too much money, but it's cool.
Okay.
It's like a $90 guitar, right?
Something like that. $100, something like that.
I'm good. Like I have like four plastic guitars in here that all work perfectly fine. If I was in the dire straits and I needed a new guitar, I'd
Mm.
consider it, but I'm not.
Okay. All right. Man, look, we're divided, man. It's not too often we're divided, but
No, usually we see eye to eye, but not with
yeah.
not with this game. You guys can also drop a comment and let us know, what do you prefer, Rock Band or Guitar Hero, and why. Wes, it's time for the top 10 most expensive PS1 games. Currently, today is June 11th, 2026. I got these numbers like a day or two ago, so bear with us if you're watching soon. Prices obviously go up and down. We're using price charting for this, so I know some people might have a problem with that, but that's probably the closest thing that you can get very easily to look at prices. So the reason we're including this is there is a very limited game at number one that I'm not going to like. We usually take these out, but it's so interesting to me that I wanted to leave it in. So we'll be giving you our top 11 PS1 games that are most expensive.
Complete in box.
Complete in box only. We're not talking about loose anything else. We're only talking about complete in box. Thank you for clarifying that, Wes.
Hmm.
Let's start out with number 11. What do we got?
We got Persona 2 Eternal Punishment.
Yes, we do. So no surprise here. Atlas
Mhm.
is on this list. What
Of
a
course.
shocker.
Of course it is. Um, did you ever play any of the Persona games back in the day?
Absolutely not. No. I mean, you could not scream anything against me more than Persona. I have no interest, zero interest. Like what is there a way you could have negative interest in something? That is me in Persona.
I played the first one, the very first one that came out.
Mm.
Um, I was like, okay, because I want to see what all the buzz was about, but I picked it up.
People love them, man. They
They
love them.
do. It's still around. It's still around. But Persona 2 for PlayStation 1 complete in box, you're looking at $400.
Man, PS1 games have got expensive, as you guys will come to see. I mean, Persona is not a shock, but I've never even heard of this game until I looked at this list. And now you might say, "Oh, well, that's not crazy, dude." I've heard of a lot of games. Like I know in my mind, like most games, from like the '90s to now. Like I know most of them. There are a
Yeah.
few that I don't know. When I don't recognize something, it is a shock to me. I have no clue what the hell this game is, Wes. The game was called Tail Concerto. Concerto.
I remember that game.
I mean, concerto is like something from like music, right? Like that's like
Mm-hmm.
it's like a symphony or something. Not quite. It's not exactly a symphony. It's different. It's called a concerto. Or perhaps I'm saying that slightly wrong. But I don't know what the hell this game is. All other than that, it's on PS1 and it's probably pretty rare. The game goes for $450 complete in box.
Yeah, bro, I'm like, I could see the game like in my head.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm looking at Game Eye now just with a picture. Yep, I remember that game. I do remember it.
That's like me, man. I have most games in my mind's eye, right? You can hear the name and think about like what the cover of the game looks like.
Mhm.
I cannot do that with this game. I mean, I was like shocked. Like, what the hell is this?
Now you know.
Now I know. What's next?
Uh, Number 9 is Doom, but not just any Doom. It was Doom, specifically the Black Label,
Mm-hmm.
and you're looking at $474.98. So $475 for Doom. Now this was the long box Doom,
Mm-mm. No, it was jewel case.
the jewel case Doom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But it had a black label. It wasn't the greatest
Mhm.
hits or like any
Greatest hits
other.
one.
Yeah, it wasn't like that.
Huh. I wonder why that one's so expensive and not the long box.
They probably made a bunch of long boxes, and then there's a few games in this list where the jewel case is more expensive because Doom probably was an early PS1 games. The long boxes were a common thing.
Mhm.
So if you find that version of Doom, you're probably going to find the long box and not the jewel case.
Not the jewel case. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I remember the long box version of Doom.
Yeah, I think that's how most people probably remember Doom. But not this version. This is the black label version, not the greatest hits or anything else.
And just as a comparison, it's like the regular long box version,
Mm-hmm.
complete in box, is $90.
I mean, that's still expensive, but it's because those early long box games are generally
Mhm.
a little bit more up there. But yeah, that's a huge difference. 90 to 475.
75,
That's crazy.
exactly.
Gotta love those variants, Wes. Gotta love them. Wes, take me back to where we started our conversation.
We started with Persona, and we're back to Persona.
Number 8.
Persona Revelations, $495.
Now, this was the first Persona, so I'm assuming this is what you played, right? I'd imagine this is the first Persona. There's no number behind it.
Yeah. I want to say it was Persona Revelations.
Okay.
Yep, that was it.
Okay.
I think I still have it in my collection too.
Hey, $495, not bad sitting around in your collection, sir. I would take that all day.
Yeah, the cover. I remember the cover kind of struck me. I was like, "Huh, interesting." Um, it was a kind of like a role playing game,
Mm-hmm.
strategy role playing, I guess. Um, yeah, I remember when it came out, but people like was raving about it because, like you said, it's Atlas. So go figure.
That's right. Shimigami made that. That was like, one of his spin-off series. Number 7, we got Rayman 2: The Great Escape. Now, this is a specific version of this game that came with a watch. It has a little like you know advertisement on the box that says game watch included with game. And this version is $499.99. The regular Rayman is probably $499. So that's the difference that you're looking at there. So if you have the watch version, $500, not too shabby.
This next game I've seen, I had in my hands. I'm like, what is this? And I put it back. The Misadventures of Tron, which was a Mega Man Legends spinoff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think anybody like really paid attention to that game when it came out.
Well, they definitely paid attention to it in the past few years because I've watched this game rise in value. Like, this is one of those games that has just continued to go up over time. Like, it really has not dropped.
Nope, because right now, complete in box, you're looking at $600.
Mm-hmm.
The game was $39.99 back in the day. Like I said, it was one of those. It was like, what is this? And I just put it back.
I mean, it would have helped if they picked a better name. What a shitty name! Like, come on, man. What's a Tron Bond? What the hell is that? Come on.
I know. I know.
I mean, just put put Mega Man. Like Mega Man's like a colon or subtitle like The Misadventures of Tron Bond. Like, oh, okay, well, this is like a Mega Man like game or spin-off or something.
Yes.
But just saying Misadventures of Tron Bond. Okay.
Yeah, now if they had Mega Man in the title, I think it would have sold tons more.
Yeah. The next one we got is Starblade Alpha in the long box version. So there's your long box one, Wes. $649.99. And I'd imagine this was a shmup, but I'm really not that sure.
It was Starblade Alpha. Oh yeah.
You're a huge shmup fan. Do you have this in your collection?
I do.
What a shock.
I do. It was a shooter.
Yeah. If it's a shooter or a fighter, Wes probably has it.
Or if it's just some random off the wall title, I probably have it too. But yes, who would have thought? Who would have thought these? A shooter. Nobody cares about shooters really, but $650.
Shooters are so expensive, man. Now, so like certain ones are very expensive.
Oh, yes, I agree. A lot of them are Dreamcast, especially.
Yeah. Dreamcast was a good system for that.
Next we got Mortal Kombat 3, the jewel case version.
Yep, and this goes back to what I was saying earlier. The long box was the one most people are used to seeing. It was out there, and then they made a jewel case version, and now nobody, the jewel case version is one of the hardest ones to find.
$941.
Can you imagine in your eye? Can you imagine paying $900 for Mortal Kombat 3?
No.
One of the worst Mortal Kombat games. Like,
3 was okay.
It was okay, Wes. Yes, it was okay, but it is still one of the worst Mortal Kombat games. It was better than 4.
Oh, but that's not better than 4.
That's not saying a lot. No way near as good as 1 or 2. And ever since they rebooted the series, not even close to as good as any of those.
I don't know. I don't know. I like 3. I mean, they introduced the run button. That's what kind of threw everybody off.
It was exactly what you said. It was okay. And okay is not good enough for Mortal Kombat, in my opinion.
Well, that's why they did Ultimate.
All right.
But at any rate, like we said, Mortal Kombat 3 jewel case version is $941.
Unless I hit the lottery, I'm never spending $941 on Mortal Kombat 3. Get the hell out of here.
Not even just to add to your collection?
Not $940 worth of... I could spend $940 in so many better ways than on the jewel case version of Mortal Kombat 3, Wes.
It's funny, we're talking about like the jewel case version is $941. The long box version, which was the one that was released, when it first came out, $47.
Yeah, sounds about right.
That's almost a $900 difference, bro.
Well, there you have it. You got to get that version, right?
Mm.
Number three. Oh, I'm glad I get to talk about this one. Uh, Siphon Filter 3. Now, this is again the special variant. This was called the 911 edition. It has the whole cover is different. It has like a big American flag in the background. Completely different cover. Unfortunately, from the version that I own, I do not have this cover. Um, I would make the assumption that this was either an early release, like you had to get it right away,
Mhm.
or the opposite. It was probably like a later re-release that they just did in like some sort of limited fashion. But I do not have this version. I wish I did. Clearly, um, yeah, this game is going for $1,096.92.
Again, this is another because Siphon Filter games are dirt cheap.
Talk about that later. Stay tuned.
They're dirt cheap.
Yeah, the regular versions are.
So, what? I mean, the 911 edition. What made this one so special? Do you know?
I
Other than
don't.
the cover.
To be clear, I don't. Other than that, I looked at the photo and the cover is clear. It's very obviously different than the regular
Hmm.
cover. I don't know if there's content in the game that is different. It could be. There's a Spider-Man 2 version
Yes.
that's also called the 911 edition, and there's a whole section of that game that was like removed,
Yes.
which was like it had the twin towers in it.
Hmm.
So obviously 9/11 happened. They removed that from the game before release, but there was like early versions of the game that exist that you can get that 9/11 version of. So I'm wondering, it's possible. I didn't do the research, but it's possible that something like that happened with Siphon Filter as well.
Okay. All right. Next game we are looking at. This is surprising.
This is number two.
Number two. Yes,
Okay.
technically yes. NFL Blitz 2000, specifically the greatest hits version. $6,239. What?
Yep.
What?
So what? This version has to be just like a super low print run. Like first of all, sports titles after the first year don't sell really well. They must have decided to make a greatest hits version of this, and it probably had a super low print run. One of the YouTube people I watch from time to time, Mr. Rightway, he
Hmm.
collected all the greatest hits. This was the last game that he had to get, which not a surprise. It's a $6,000 game. This was the last game that he collected for his collection, and I didn't know it at the
Wow.
time. And I watched him get it, and I was like, "Holy crap! I cannot believe that is one of the most expensive PS1 games."
Yes, it. Wow. Wow. That's again just by comparison. Just the regular version of Blitz 2000 is
Hmm.
$15.
Hmm. This is a game you're likely to find at like a garage sale or like a Goodwill where the person just doesn't understand the variant, and they might be selling it for like a few dollars. Like this is a game that you could conceivably find that today, but with how many people are looking, the odds are much higher. But it's a sports title. No one's going to be like, "Oh, this has got to be this old sports game is worth $6,000." No one is thinking that.
No,
Not a single
no.
person.
Well, that's like what on Xbox, the NBA Ballers, the platinum
Yes,
hits one.
that's a great bring up, Wes. Mm-hmm.
That one's crazy expensive too.
Yep. Yes, it is. Just the platinum hits version, not the regular version.
And the stipulations for platinum hits or greatest hits is they had to sell X amount of copies. So there's
Right.
tons of them out there. Just I guess not this version.
Yeah. They just made a more limited run for the platinum hits or greatest hits in this case. That brings us to number one. So here's the caveat: this is not like a regular release, but it is the most expensive PS1 game if you find it. So I just wanted to put this on your radar. That's why we did 11 instead of 10. This kind of probably doesn't count, but it's so interesting that I wanted to talk about it. Wes, you're familiar with this game, which is Elemental Gearbolt.
Yes, we spoke about this game on our price post check video maybe a month or two ago.
Yep. And it
It's
was
a
like a light gun shooter, but an
yep
RPG.
It had RPG elements, but it was a rail light gun game put out
Yep.
by Working Designs. and it had a shiny cover, and that's why I bought it.
Right. So let's talk about prices for a second. Working Designs, automatic, hello, like that's going to be raising eyebrows. That's an expensive game. Just the regular version without what this is. This version is called Elemental Gearbolt, the Assassin's Case. So this is a highly sought after item. It was not sold to the public. It was limited. It was a limited promotional item that Working Designs released in 1998 to celebrate the release of the sci-fi rail shooter on the original PlayStation. This version came in a metal case with the game, a gun, and a few other items. This is one of I don't remember how many. I think they think there might have been like 50 or something like that. So not many of these at all. How the game is $26,250. I had to
Man.
include it just because I think that's super interesting. Like that's wild.
You know what? During my EB days, there were two girls that were like representatives for Working Designs, and they would give us a bunch of stuff. They would give me some games. Man, if I would have known about this, I would have pushed up on them so hard.
I don't even think, dude, if there was only 50 of these made, you weren't getting them working at GameStop. This would have been like,
No.
Probably like executives of other companies or like, you know the executive of Working Designs and like he hooked you up or like, only a handful of people.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. That's crazy.
Yeah. If you have that sitting in an attic, you're sitting in a car, essentially.
$26,000. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never seen these in real life. I mean, I've seen pictures, but like, I've never gone to a convention and seen it. But that would, like, if you went to a convention and saw it, like, that would be something to take a picture of. Like, holy crap! Like, this is like uber rare, like rare.
Yeah, I never even heard of it. I mean, I've heard of the game, but I never knew that there was a giveaway or a promo item. The
Yep.
Assassin's Case.
Hell yeah.
What did the gun look like? Do you know?
I don't remember. I looked at the picture for the purposes of this, but I don't recall. But the gun was inside the case with the
Mm.
game. There was something else in there too, but I'm trying to pull this from my memory and I don't recall.
Okay. All right. Just thought I'd ask.
But it looked like a metal case, and inside like was like foam, and then the game was in foam, and then there was
Mhm.
a gun. It's kind of like what you'd expect to find in a gun, like a briefcase that's a gun.
Right. Okay. I got you.
Yeah. So definitely check that out, guys. Yeah, do you guys have any of these top 10 PS1 games? If you do, drop a comment. If you don't, let me know which one you want. Drop a comment, please. Speaking about prices, Wes, the time has come. It is time for our pulse check, sir. If you guys don't know what this segment is, this is where we both pick a high pick and a low pick game. We talk about the prices. It kind of gives you a snapshot view of the industry and where these games are at. Wes, do you want to go first or second, sir?
I will go first today.
Do it up.
I'm gonna start off with my low pick.
Sounds good.
And it was Amped Freestyle Snowboarding for the Xbox.
I never played this.
I remember when it came out. We saw it again. We talked about seeing the Xbox do water physics for the first time. This was the first time doing snow, and it was amazing. You had the wind blowing, and you had the ripples in the jacket. So nice. You had the I guess like the snow clouds when you were snowboarding down the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's really, really good game. Really good game. I think it rivaled 1080.
Nice. I've never
But
played this. I have it, but I never played it. I've only played 1080.
and 1080 was good. This was better. Graphically, it looked better. It played better. I really liked it.
What about SSX? How would you compare this to SSX?
But the SSX Tricky was totally different because that was like more over the top.
Okay, like an arcade style snowboarding game, and this was more
Correct.
realistic.
More realistic.
Got it.
So Amped Loose, you're looking at $3.60. Complete in box, $7.56. And sealed, if you still have it, is just under $19, $18.96. We see
Man,
this. I we talk about my friend Keith, who owns Jersey Video Games. He's sitting on a couple of them right now. I can see this like clearly on his shelf, and pick it
sealed
up.
ones or what?
No, they're all open. They're all
Complete
complete in
box.
box.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. The $8, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, I
And
think I
then
had this game. I never got around to playing it.
eventually, hopefully, you will.
Maybe I still got to get my Xbox capped. I got to send that out and get it capped, like recapped.
Mhm.
I'm afraid to play it. I just I need to get it fixed before things start leaking inside of it because it's old, man.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, you said that I have to probably do mine too.
Yeah, it's like it's out of all my old systems, that's the first one that I need to get repaired because I know it's the first one that's going to break.
Hmm. I
And
got
that's
you.
not true. My GameCube broke, but I was able to fix it. The Xbox is a different story.
And then my high pick. It's a game we talked about before on our pricing videos. I'm going to revisit it just to see where it's at today. That game is Panzer Dragoon Saga for the Sega Saturn.
Yeah,
That
you
one,
have a sealed copy?
I still have my sealed copy.
That's freaking crazy.
It was one of those. I bought it based off the franchise because Panzer Dragoon 1 and 2 I love. 3 came out, or Saga came out for the Saturn. It was one of the last of the new Saturn releases to come out. And I picked it up and I never played it. I put it on the shelf with full intention on cracking it open and playing it. And I just never did. I think other stuff came out around that same time, and it just got pushed in the back burner, and I never got a chance to play it.
It happens, man.
But this is one that the prices, it stays consistently high. They rise and they dip, but it still maintain a high level.
Hmm.
The loose copy is $713. Complete in box, $1,224, and then a sealed copy is $1,537.92,
Man.
which is down because at one point it was just over 2 grand.
Yeah, that's true. I think that was like the COVID years, like
Yeah,
probably year two of COVID, something like that.
yeah, because even complete in box dipped because it used to be like close to like 1,500.
Yeah, I think it'll slowly climb back up over time. I mean, that is like a truly rare game, especially a sealed one. Like you're not going to see those every day.
No, I am itching to play it though.
You better download it or find another way. You better you better go get a loose one somewhere.
I was thinking about either getting it graded just to have it capsulized, but I know they open it to do that, or I'm thinking I may just buy like a protective case for it, protective sleeve, and put it in there.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna get it graded, just don't use WADA. Use anybody else. I think there's like a big like backlash against WADA now, so I think that name is like poison.
Yeah,
So
nah,
don't use them.
nah, I would use CGC.
Yeah, it's probably your best bet. Otherwise, I would just. I don't have any of mine graded. They're all just in like a protective case,
Hmm.
and that's it. You can get the hard acrylic ones. For something like that, you'd probably want to get a hard acrylic one for.
Yeah, I probably will. But there you have it. That's my high and low. Amped
Nice.
freestyle snowboarding for Xbox and Panzer Dragoon Saga for the Saturn.
All
What
right,
you got?
man.
What you got?
All right, so my low is going to be. We talked about one of the copies in this game earlier. We mentioned that they're all pretty cheap. It's Siphon Filter on PS1. This game holds a special place in my heart because it's what pushed me over the edge to buy a PS1 in the first place. The first game I put in my PS1 and the reason I bought a PS1 was for that first Siphon Filter game, and I absolutely loved it. Like in my eye, like that purchase of the PS1, especially because it was way cheaper because it came out much later. It justified all that, just that game alone. And I did not have a lot of PS1 games. I only bought a handful of them, but I
Mhm.
had every single Siphon Filter game. And if I remember correctly, I beat all three, but I certainly beat the first two without a doubt. And I'm fairly certain I beat the third one as well. So that's why I picked this game. It's cheap and it holds a special place in my heart. Siphon Filter is $7.99 loose. It's $14.75 complete in box. And if you manage to find a sealed one, it's going to set you back $44.60. So that's my low pick. Did you ever play Siphon Filter?
I did. Oh, Gabe Logan.
That's right, man. What did you think of them?
I liked them. They were good. I mean, trying to play them today with the graphics is like oof.
Not the controls, man. I went
But the
back on.
controls were tight. I thought.
Well, they were then, but they had like tank controls and like, dude, I went back on PS3 had like the PS1 classic version, so
Mm-hmm.
it was the PS1 version. It was so difficult for me to go back and play. I was like thinking, how the hell was I playing this? But I obviously did.
And we loved it.
Oh, I loved it. It was great.
We
But
loved it. So I felt it was good stuff.
it was, man. I wish they would bring that series back. That'd be awesome.
I know they tried to revamp it again and like released a couple on PS2.
PS2, and they had PSP games also.
Yep, I remember the PSP ones. Yep.
Hmm. Yeah, one of the PS2 ones was supposed to be pretty good. I think it was Dark Mirror was supposed to be pretty good, but I don't think it sold that well, and it's been dead ever since. So there you go.
There you go. They need to bring Go Gabe back
That's right.
along with my Blue Stinger, but we won't
Oh
talk about
Jesus,
that.
God, no. Stinger was trash. All right, and then you got my high pick. So this again ties back into the show. The Rock Band 2 bundle. Now, there are bundles that are more expensive than this one. This is the bundle that I own. Unfortunately, I don't have the big ass giant box that came with this. When I moved and stuff, I had to get rid of things. I do have all the accessories. I just don't have the original box. So you're looking at $77.84, not a huge amount there. If you have the box, $289, so a substantial jump.
Mm.
And then if you somehow manage to find a sealed one, $568.50. That's what you're looking at that.
$200 bump going from loose to complete in box.
That cardboard, man, it's some expensive cardboard, bro. If I
Yeah,
had
it
only
is.
kept it, I'd have an extra $200 on my hands instead of 77.
There you go.
All right, guys. So that wraps up our pulse check. Let us know what you think about these picks. Let us know what you think about the market in general. Drop a comment, please.
Please do.
And that wraps up our show, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed what you heard today, we really appreciate it. If you give us a 5-star review over on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, it's completely free, really helps us out. If you really, really liked what you heard today, go ahead and support us over on Patreon. As little as $1 a month really helps us out. It gets you exclusive content from this show and a variety of our other shows as well. Wes, thank you for joining me today, sir. I appreciate you very much. Tell people where they can find you at.
You can catch me on Instagram and X at Grendel5XBX.
I'm Matt. You guys can follow me on X at FromNJ2CA. The 2 is the number 2. All right, guys. Make sure you, before I forget, why don't you follow us over on social media too? At Nerdthusiast on all of our social media platforms. If you want to check out our old content too, youtube.com/nerdthusiast is where our legacy content is. If you're watching our new stuff or if you're on the old stuff and you want to watch our new stuff, youtube.com/@nerdthusiast is where you can do so over there. So please check out both of our channels and enjoy our content in both locations. All right, guys, that's all we have for you today. Until next time, you all take care.
Take care, guys.